Welcome to Cupid's Logic, where love meets predictive intelligence. We decode attraction, conflict, attachment, and compatibility, so you can know if it will last before you commit.
She asked him to skip a late call. He said okay, and then took the call anyway. One small yes that turned into a long, sleepless night. That's where most breakups begin, not with shouting, but with tiny, ignored no's.
Welcome to Cupid's Logic. I'm Craig Pruitt. Let's get serious for a moment. If that scene landed, you are exactly who this short episode is for. I want to give you 3 tests you can run in 7 days, a 1-line definition you can use right now, and a 5-step routine to decide what to do next. No psych jargon, no moralizing, just behavioral signals you can measure.
Picture this. You ask your partner to skip a late call because you're exhausted. They say yes in the moment, then stay up and take the call anyway without telling you they changed plans.
That small ignored no blooms into a restless night, a guarded morning, and then the thing you never expected. You start cataloging tiny betrayals instead of sharing space. I can relate. So, what do I mean by a boundary breach? Not just a disagreement. Think smaller. A no, a request, a limit that gets brushed aside. And here's the jump. It's not only the breach itself, it's what happens next. Do they notice? Do they try to fix it? I see this with clients all the time. If you want a simple line you can remember, a boundary breach is when someone says no, sets a limit, or expresses a need, and that limit is overridden, minimized, or ignored in a way that harms the other's autonomy or sense of safety. 3 things matter most. I'll say them plainly. Frequency. Repair attempts. Context. Is this a stressed week, a pattern across situations, or a one-off? Put those 3 together and you get signal, not noise. Now let's run the tests. Simple, low drama, and you can try them this week. Test 1. The soft no check. Set a small boundary. Maybe you decline a social invite because you need downtime. Watch the immediate reaction. Accept, push, or try to change your mind. Example, last month I asked someone to skip drinks because I needed sleep. I watched how they responded, and that told me a lot about their respect for my time. Test 2. The postponed promise probe. Ask for a tiny favor with clear follow-up, like, "Can you text me when you get home tonight?" If they agree and fail to follow through, bring it up and observe the response. I asked a partner once to confirm they had paid a shared bill. They said they would and didn't. When I mentioned it, the way they fixed it the next day was the real information. Test 3. The delegation boundary. Give a responsibility that respects their role and your boundary. Childcare logistics, bills, or a shared calendar item. See whether they step in to repair when the boundary is crossed. I once handed over a calendar task to a partner. When events went unsynced, their response, planning a fix versus deflecting blame, told me about long-term follow-through. When you record these, keep it neutral. Date, context, what was asked, what happened, and how they responded. No interpretation in the moment, just the facts. That's your raw data. Let me share 2 quick anonymized examples so you can see how this plays out. A listener I'll call Ava noticed repeated small breaches, weekend chores promised, then forgotten. When she raised it, he apologized and set up a shared checklist. Over a month, the pattern changed. Repair was genuine, and trust slowly rebuilt. Contrast that with Marcus, who crossed privacy boundaries, reading messages, dismissing requests for private time. When confronted, he gaslit and doubled down. The breaches escalated, and the partner eventually felt structurally unsafe. Here's the forecast. Repeated small breaches that receive timely, sincere repair usually predict healthy commitment outcomes. Repeated breaches met with minimization or deflection predict drift, resentment, and often separation. Attachment styles matter here. Anxious partners may notice more breaches. Avoidant partners may minimize their own behavior. That can cloud perception. So anchor on behavior, not just feelings.
Common mistakes to avoid: single event bias, treating one lapse as a death sentence; secret testing, setting traps instead of communicating; and confirmation bias, seeing only what you expect to see. All fixable with clear rules.
Okay, the boundary breach radar. 5 steps, quick to use tonight. Step 1, track the breach.
Step 2, test with one micro-experiment.
Step 3, request repair. Clearly and calmly name the harm and the fix you want.
Step 4, set a threshold for repeated breaches across different contexts.
Step 5, decide. Escalate to couples work if repair is attempted, or reduce investment if patterns repeat without meaningful repair.
A practical threshold I use with clients. The same boundary crossed more than 3 times across unrelated contexts within a month with no meaningful repair is a structural risk marker. Not poetic, practical. It protects your time and your future.
Quick tip on tracking. Record date, request, outcome, and the partner's repair response. No commentary in the moment, just the facts. That prevents false patterns from forming.
Do this week-long check, and you'll know in 8 days whether the relationship has basic repair capacity or whether you're on a slower runway to drift. That clarity is everything. A final note on fairness. If you're going to test, frame it. Say something like, "I'm paying attention to small promises this week because I want to know how we handle them." Transparency reduces escalation and keeps the experiment honest. Are you ready for the truth? If so, here's the next step. Visit cupidslogic.com to download the boundary breach checklist, run the 3 microtests this week, and get a guided compatibility prompt from the Prism engine that helps interpret your data. In 8 days, you can have a much clearer read on whether to lean in or step back. Thanks for listening to Cupid's Logic. Remember, you're not bad at relationships. You've been flying blind. You can change that with clear signals, simple tests, and honest decisions. I would love to hear your thoughts. Try the checklist. Come back and tell me what you discovered. Until next time, take care.
This has been Cupid's Logic. Stop flying blind in love. Visit cupidslogic.com and let the Prism engine reveal what your relationship data already knows.